Good morning. So while I'm brewing this Ethiopian that I got from Blueprint Coffee in Westable, I want to talk about a recent trip I had in China. A couple of weeks traveling around a few cities and towns, and while visiting those places, I explored the specialty coffee scene of those places. And what I found is that, at least in the places I've been, that Chinese don't drink. Well, actually, I would say Chinese specialty coffee shops don't offer Chinese beans because they think that it's of lower quality and that Chinese don't like the flavors and the taste. So I was quite surprised when I found out about this, because I expected that every specialty coffee shop in China, or at least in the places in the cities and towns I visited, I thought that they would have in their menu at least one. But for my big surprise, they had none. And every time I ask, like, how come you don't sell Chinese coffee that grows in Yunnan? So, and that in places like in London or in other part of Europe is actually becoming, I would say, quite popular. And I would say, most of them that I tasted here in Europe, well, mainly London, because that's where I live. Normally, most of them are anaerobic, like fermented. But I did have in the past some like natural and washed, and it was really good. It was really good. So I assume that because of the good quality, there would be, it would be present in the Chinese market, but it's not. And again, when talking to baristas, at least the ones that could speak English, the answer was always the same. The coffee is not good. Chinese don't like it. That's the reason why we don't offer it. But what I thought was strange is that in many of the specialty coffee shops I've been, they had the classic, Ethiopian, Colombia, Kenya, Rwanda, Costa Rica, Panama, and so on. And a lot of those coffees, they were of like anaerobic, co-fermented, thermal shocks, all those trendy process that nowadays are getting really popular. And so they were serving, I remember in one one of two coffee shop, they had some anaerobic Colombians, and maybe some other origins. And I thought, and that taste-wise, like it won't be that different than a Chinese anaerobic that I tasted in London, and they are not. I mean, I'm kind of fed up with all those fermented process, but and the truth is, at least for me, a Colombian anaerobic tastes exactly the same as an Ethiopian anaerobic, and so that's why I felt that's weird. Doesn't sound like right to me. These things that they're saying that the coffee is no good and that Chinese customer won't like it. So, I made my mind. So what I think is, that's what I think. I could be wrong. That I think the Chinese government, that always like business-wise always thinks ahead. They are more interested to sell coffee outside China than within. I think because the crops still a small quantity, and that they will make a name for themselves in the coffee greens world, and they know that the quality improving is good, and they want to create interest, so to invest more and grow more. So that I think there is nothing wrong. I think there is nothing wrong about it. I mean, it makes sense, I would say. What what I found what I found weird, it was like why you cannot say it, why they didn't tell me that, is that they don't know. I don't know, strange. I don't know, maybe the government sell all the best outside China, and keeps within China only like the lower quality crops. That then it would make sense that especially coffee shop would be not interested in buy cheaper quality coffee. But even that, I'm sure that they would know about it. So because obviously I don't think there is any need to keep secret something like this. So I don't think it's politics or anything. I think that generally they are not interested, and that kind of like confirm. It came from talking to like people in the industry in UK and Europe. What they were saying is that because it's